I've been working in the studio, so sorry if there's a little bit of gunk on my face, but I wanted to do the part 4 for the Mayo Clinic. Throughout the 2 weeks, they actually were very super efficient with the different testings that they did. We had an endoscopy done. And I'm talking, my husband and I went out, but I had the procedures done. So the endoscopy they did a 5-day fat stool sample. So I had to eat 100 grams of fat for 5 days and then poop in a bucket for the 4th and 5th day to see if there was a malabsorption of fat, which of course there was. Then they did a bile malabsorption test. They did a MRI-E. What else did they do? They did a lot of different tests, biopsies. When they did the endoscopy, they did biopsies. Thank God for that. So they found reactive gastropathy, which is caused by 3 different things. Alcohol, I don't drink. NSAIDs, so Aleve, ibuprofen, that kind of thing. I don't take a lot of those, and actually I haven't taken any of those in the last 3 years, so that's out. Bile. So bile is a offensive substance to the stomach. It can actually cause gastritis, which is an inflammation and a redness in the stomach. This is one step beyond gastritis. So reactive gastritis means that it's reacting to one or of these 3 things that is the major contributor. And so the bile is refluxing back up into my stomach due to my gallbladder being removed so many years ago. So it has come to haunt me now. And apparently that is where like 99% or 90% of the pain is coming from that issue. And so they put me on sucralfrate, bile binders. I take Pepto in the morning, the tablets, the chewable tablets, because the bile binders and the sucralfrate actually bind to other medications. And in the morning, I take also budesonide. So a week before we went to the Mayo Clinic, I did a colonoscopy locally, and they sent the biopsies in and had it come back showing that I had collagenous colitis, which is a microscopic colitis. There's two different kinds of microscopic colitis. 3 if you count the fact that you can actually have the 2 different kinds in one, so that would be 3 different types. That biopsy was sent to the Mayo Clinic, and their pathologists could not determine whether it was collagenous colitis. It was colitis of some kind, an abnormality of some kind, and if I was responding to the budesonide, which I was, at a higher I was taking 18 milligrams at the time, and so that was helping with the diarrhea. And so the doctor wanted me to go down to the 9 milligrams and try that, and then go up on the bile binders instead. So the bile binder that I selected that sits well with my stomach is the Collagenous, I believe is what it's called. The Welchol was a little too hard on my stomach. It actually caused stomach pain and issues like bloating and stuff, and other issues. It did not sit well with me. Cholestyramine, which is a mixed drink, that actually works well for me. However, to get the amount that I need, I'd be having to take like 4 or 5 packets of those. So that actually rots the enamel away in your teeth, and I really did not need that. So we decided to go with the Collagenous, which is a pill. It's a large horse pill, but it works. I take 3 of those I take 2 at about 11 o'clock and then 1 at about 3 o'clock, and that seems to be the right fit for me. I've seen definitely an improvement in the last 3 weeks. I was suggested by another doctor to have the colonoscopy repeated. So my local GI I meet today with, for the first time since I've been back from the Mayo Clinic, he has been hands off. So he is a local GI here at a teaching facility, and it is one of the largest hospitals here in Portland, Oregon. And he has not ran one test on me, with the exceptions of a C Diff panel. So even that came back as a false negative. So there has been H Pylori, C Diff, the Collagenous Colitis, the Reactive Gastropathy, all of these things that he missed that we could have done here locally, if he would have chased down with different testings. So I am going to press that we do the colonoscopy in a month, is what was suggested, to see if the budesonide is actually helping with the abnormalities, if they're still being seen in my colon wall, or if it is going to show something different, if it's going to show for sure collagenous colitis, or if it's going to show the other form of colitis, microscopic colitis. I woke up this morning with stomach pain, so in the last like 3 days-ish, I haven't woken up with stomach pain, which has been the first time in close to 2 years that I haven't woken up with stomach pain. 2 years. So, anyway though, the pain that I had though is in my lower left side, and so that definitely, and it was relieved with gas and with a bowel movement, and so that definitely is a colon issue, and so we hope to track that down even further. So that is my newest line of defense, is going down that route. One of the things that I will say that I've changed, not 100%, but that I'm working on, is quitting smoking, and so that has been a huge hurdle in healing properly and healing quickly. I only smoked 4 to 5 cigarettes a day, so I figured that wasn't going to hurt it, but it did kind of keep me feeling yucky throughout the day, but it was a huge stress reliever. If you're in pain and if you have this mysterious health issue continuing and going on, like the worst stress in your life, it is one of the hardest things to quit while that is still going on. And so I've switched to a vape pen this last week, and so it's been a full week with just minor hiccups here and there. I do mix my own juice, so that way I don't have a large amount of nicotine in it, and it seems to be helping. So there's that. So I do plan on using this only for about 2 weeks and then getting off of this. So being open and honest with my contributors to what I've done that has contributed to this issue, that's the only thing that I can think of. I don't drink soda, I don't drink beer or alcohol of any kind. I don't use any kind of other medications. Yeah, so anyway, that is where we're at with the 4th update at the end of the Mayo Clinic. I know that this was coming late, but I will say, if you are thinking about going to the Mayo Clinic, definitely do it. It was well worth our time, well worth the effort, and well worth the diagnosis that we got. I do still get to work with the doctors there, so if there is another issue that my doctor here is not going after, then there is a route that I can take with their doctors. Do I want to fly out again? No. But I'm hoping and praying, with the info that the Mayo Clinic is going to give my doctor here in town, that he will actually start doing his job. Let's cross our fingers. So, okay. All right, that's it. That is the update for now. Have a good day.